I almost got scammed on having a smart meter installed at my home. And I was installing some fence posts and everything, and a couple guys just walk on the property. You don't even say nothing to me. Like, they probably noticed me. I was about 35, 40 feet away, and they're just walking around the back. I'm like, hey, where you guys going, right? Oh, we're from the power company. I said, what are you doing here? Oh, we're installing a meter. I said, oh, okay. Then I thought, hey, wait a minute. Walk right over there, and I asked him, is that one of those digital meters? Yeah. Is that like one of those that work on radio frequencies? It has a transmitter? He says, yeah. I said, I don't want it. So they didn't install it. And he goes like, well, can I ask you why? I says, well, it gives off microwaves and stuff and signals. And it also has the capability, because I heard about this stuff, and you should look this up in a little more detail. But let me give you a little heads up on this. The fact that, they don't say nothing about switching over these meters, right? None at all. They just kind of walk over there and do it. They don't even knock on the door of the house or anything. They just go ahead and do it. It takes 2-3 minutes. They go out there, unclip the other meter, pull it out, push one in. It looks like your electricity went off for about, 30 seconds. That's about it. You wouldn't even know it was switched unless you walked outside. Now, the guy also goes, well, you shouldn't, don't say I said this, but, I'm telling you, right? Goes, well, they might charge you, I'm not sure. They could charge you like $60 more a month because they have to have a guy go out there and read the meter. Now, they ain't giving you a discount for having a smart meter, though, right? So, I just want to warn a few people about this because you can go on YouTube and look up other videos, and like there's guys out there talk about if you already got stuck with a smart meter, you can install an analog meter and send back the smart meter to the company, the electric company, and tell them to go screw. And because you don't have to have it. But if you weren't there right on Johnny on the spot, they would have just installed it. So maybe some people ought to check up and see what the hell they got. But those type of things actually produce a lot of frequencies, despite them saying no, and cell phones do this too, I know that. But if you look at some of the studies out there, a lot of times these extra microwave radio frequencies have caused, there's a lot of factual studies out there that have caused leukemia, even in children, who are not susceptible to leukemia that easily, at rates of like 20 times higher than the regular population. But I also smell something else with this, because once you install this damn thing, it's like you're going to have smart appliances in your house, and you're going to basically ration the crap out of electricity. But my plan is this, and I'm going to be truthful on here. You can go look it up on YouTube, but supposedly they got a way you can cheat the smart meter. So if they make me freaking stick this damn thing on here, I'm going to cheat it, but I'm not going to cheat it too long. I'm going to go to solar power. I'm going to go to solar power and tell them to go take a freaking hike, period, because I don't like that crap. The fact that, this is the red alert. It's like they're going around just doing it. Nobody's saying they're doing it. Nobody said crap. In other words, there could have been a line on your bill that says, hey, we're changing over to smart meters, digital technology, next month or within the next few months. Doesn't cost them nothing to say that. They didn't. They don't knock on the door. They just go back there, and it's like he didn't volunteer that. It was one of those smart meters or digital meters. Oh, we're just changing the meter. So it's like they got something to hide. They don't want people to know, because there's a lot of people out there, not a lot, but there are informed people out there. Like, in other words, if they would have said in advance that they were doing this, there would have been maybe 2% of the population would have been known in advance they're doing this, and they would have alerted the other people. But since they just go ahead and do it, you're screwed, right? So it's a lot tougher to do. So, I'm just going to suggest this to people. You should put on there, you don't need to get no fancy sign or anything like that. But take a piece of paper and print on it, do not install a smart meter without first informing the owner of this place, or just do not install a smart meter. Put some tape on it. In other words, clear packing tape. That'll withstand outside weather, and cover both sides of the paper. Tape it right to the meter, and let them be notified. Take a picture of it that you put it there with the date. And if the damn thing's changed, you could just shove it right in your face that they changed it in spite of your specific instructions, because it looks like they're just going to go ahead and do this. So I saw this is going on all over Florida, and this guy tells me, because I talked to him, I asked him some, I asked real nice to him and shit, of course, but it's like he tells me that, very few people are objecting to this. The reason I know that, and I didn't tell him this, is because they don't even know you're doing it. I was standing right there. If I was inside the house, I wouldn't even known it. I would have thought the electricity went off for 30 seconds. Or maybe I would have figured it out after the fact, and then they would have said, oh, I changed your meter. And then they would have split. I saw them coming in because I was outside. So, they don't inform you. They don't want the public to get, backlash before they do this. They want them all installed. And they're not cutting any money out of your electric bill. But supposedly you might get a higher electric bill. I don't know. I'd fight that crap big time. But if they try to screw me on that, hey, you know what I'll do? I'll take the meter for a while, and you go look on YouTube. There's ways you can hack those damn digital meters maybe. So I'm going to give that a shot too. So screw them all the way. And like I said, I'm repeating it, but the fact that they could have just notified you very easily on your bill ahead of time, and this guy doesn't even knock on the door, and then when he sees me, and I ask him what the hell, he saw me, right? He's just walking, two guys just walking on the property. He saw me. I go, what the hell are you guys doing here, right? And he says, we're from an electric company. Well, what are you doing? Well, we're installing a meter. Okay. Then, it dawned on me like less than a minute later, hey, wait a minute, is that a digital meter? Yeah. I says, one of those things that gives off, signals? Yeah, I don't want it. So they weren't volunteering crap, they were just doing it. And that's why most people weren't objected. They didn't even know. They could be in a house and just electricity goes off for 30 seconds. They're gone for a minute. Hey, the meter's changed. They didn't even know about it. So they're doing it on the sly. So they don't want like a public outcry against it ahead of time. It's like they're going to have them all changed, and then you're stuck with it, and they're not giving you a discount on the bill. So I just want some warning out there. What you should do is put an actual sign right on the meter. Do not install a digital meter. Do not. Take a picture of it, because they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to. That's your property. You're not allowed to do that. So just gotta warn you, because these guys, the companies are sneaks, man. They are big time. They'll just like a bank, it'll change a rule. Somebody will change a rule, and I'll get on some other subjects, because I think in the future I'm gonna kind of use some of my minor tax knowledge to tell people about warnings about what may happen in the future with precious metals. They ain't gonna tell you ahead of time, and you're not gonna get this from the other channels, because I want to try to get together with somebody I know that would happen in other areas of the country, in different times in the country that, they excise taxed oil and things like that. So, I'm going to keep up with my silver updates, but some other angles. But I want people to understand about these meters. Say no to them, and we may not get the opportunity to. Very valid point. So make sure there's a sign on that meter. There's going to be one on that meter I have out there now, even though I told them there's going to be a sign on it, and I'm taking a picture of it. Screw them.